As the Mouse House's media monopoly grows, it looks like Disney may edge its contenders out of the streaming landscape. We're going to talk about all that Disney Plus news in this, goofy-filled bowl of dude soup.
Because of the character.
It's International Dog Day. It's fucked up.
It's an international dog. One that ends up in a hamburger.
He's stuck with a
Maybe
Scottish
like an
accent.
Australian Shepherd, but they only ever are in America. No one in Australia has them.
Well,
Border
they just
Collie.
become shepherds there, right?
Yeah, just a Shepherd.
Welcome to Dude Soup.
Hello.
Dude Soup. DEWD Soup, as we're calling it
Whoa,
today.
cool.
Oh, man.
I'm your host, Elise Willems, and I'm joined by James Willems.
Hello.
Alana Pierce.
Hi.
And Achievement Hunters, Fiona Nova.
Hello.
Thanks
What's
for
up?
Thanks for being here, Fiona.
Thanks for having me.
You're getting on a plane in a matter of hours, but
Yeah,
you
literally.
wanted to be here.
I wanted to be here. Yeah, I wanted to get out of that office.
Which
It was-
hours?
She pointed
No.
at
Yeah,
our
still
office, by
talking
the way.
shit
She's
about
like,
our
that
building.
one.
I was pointing sort of here, thinking
Yeah,
that's the
toward
way.
Austin.
Yeah, that's where Austin is.
Yeah,
Don't really know where I am right
Yeah,
now.
I think the airport is that way
I think
from
it's
here.
that way.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
I don't
It's actually
know.
pretty much exactly that way.
Yeah.
Listen,
So,
I
nailed
knew-
it.
Yeah, there you go.
Well,
Nailed it.
I want to ask you about Achievement Hunter, but
Yeah.
before we get to that, I want to say thank you to Mint Mobile. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/dude. Upstart, hurry to upstart.com/dude to find out how low your Upstart rate is. And Warby Parker, thanks to Warby Parker for supporting Dude Soup at www.warbyparker.com/dude soup. We'll hear more from them later in the show.
Taking my
That's
bit.
a thing he
My
used
bit.
a cadence he used to have. But how's Achievement Hunter going?
Woo, it's woo.
You can lie. It's
Yeah.
okay.
All right. Well, it's awesome. Loving every minute there. No, it's fun. It's definitely different from what I used to do. So
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
weird because when we started working, or when you guys started Funhaus, there was this Achievement Hunter rivalry of
Yeah.
we hate each other.
Yeah.
And it kind of the bit got old and then we
Yeah,
got
yeah.
past it, but
Yeah.
there are a lot of fans that never let that go.
Well, yeah, they like that.
There's some
That's
diehards.
drama.
They're holding on to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you right now, I like you more than Achievement Hunter.
Okay.
We know.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
We're
Glad
aware.
you guys know.
So you
yeah.
were the one leaving those comments.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I wanted to start the beef. That's I wanted to keep rolling.
I've been trying to do it with Kind of Funny lately, but no one's buying on. I really want the war for Andy Cortez to blow up,
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
and
Yeah.
it's funny because Andy Cortez has this whole joke where he's like, I wish I worked at Funhaus.
Mhm.
I had no idea but I had never
he
met
is.
him
Which
before
one is
he,
Andy?
he worked at Kind of Funny. And I wish we had gotten him. Like,
Get taken
they don't
away.
deserve
you
him.
say you knew him before, kind of fun.
He was at Rooster
I don't
Teeth.
think so.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
barely.
Yeah, we
barely
hung out with him, but we hung out the first time we substantially hung out with him. He was telling us
He was
about how he
leaving.
was leaving to go to kind of.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was he doing here? I only met him.
He
recently.
was at Rooster Teeth.
Animation.
Really?
He worked on the
Yeah.
games team.
Yeah, he worked
Yeah.
developing games.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
It's a
very
small world.
underutilized at Kind of Funny.
Yeah.
Well, I think the problem with that rivalry, Alana, is that Andy's like, I could probably do both. Like, I put myself into bankruptcy, commuting back and forth.
Yeah,
It's just a
it's
matter
fine.
of asking.
It's all right.
So
Yeah, and Greg seems like he'd be fine with it. So
Yeah.
the rivalry doesn't work because everyone's like, all right, take him.
yeah,
Yeah.
everyone
Take
wants
it. We
everyone.
don't
If he
want
wants to
Andy
do it,
Cortez.
it's whatever.
Yeah.
Poor Andy. Poor Andy.
But to get into some news, this past weekend, Disney hosted their D23 Summit, which is kind of their big event every year. They have their con and they drop a bunch of news and trailers and stuff on us. And this year they leaned into Disney Plus, which is their upcoming streaming service. It's coming in November. And it's crazy because they've already dropped a bunch of Disney Plus info, but then they just tossed out a ton more. There's so much coming to this service. At first I was like, what would I need a Disney service for? But now I'm like, okay, you have my money.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
They own everything.
yeah.
That's
So
the
do
thing.
you guys
Really
think
don't.
you'll all get it?
Oh yeah,
Or-
absolutely.
Yes.
100%.
You're not sure, Alana?
No, I don't watch a lot of TV.
Oh,
And the only subscription I have right now is Netflix. I just
really?
use other people's accounts for the others.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe I can just keep doing that.
But do you worry that they'll do something on Disney Plus that will tie into any feature films?
I mean, I guess, but if they do that, I feel like they're alienating a pretty significant part of their audience. Even the ones who aren't as tech savvy don't understand how streaming works or don't have good internet connection. So I think that would be kind of dumb. So maybe there's something that would tie in that would be a fun Easter egg for people. I feel like it's less likely that if I go see the next, I was going to say Spider-Man, all right.
Uh-oh.
If I go see the next Doctor Strange movie, that would be something that I wouldn't understand. It might just make it more valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah, they shouldn't do that. That wouldn't be smart.
Yeah. We'll see though.
I feel like they're probably thinking, oh, well, that's how we'll drag
Yeah.
people into our streaming
They make
service.
so
They'll
much
have
money off
to.
those streaming
They're-
services.
I think they have enough brands and IP and stuff that I think they can justify that streaming service. Like just on it's Disney, right?
Yeah.
Like so there's not many things that can compete with Netflix necessarily, but the fact that they're going to be taking all those Marvel things away from Netflix and then they're also going to have it plus all this new stuff.
And all the kids stuff, I think that's gonna be a huge
kids
part of
stuff
it.
is
Yeah,
gonna be
the,
big.
the kids thing.
I could see
especially.
I could see not right away them feeling like they want to integrate stuff, but then I could see later on, like once they have
a base.
VOD platform that's like as big as Netflix, and they're like, well, we've done the math and we know how many households this is in. Now we can actually do tie-in stuff to force people that have our subscription service to need to go to the theaters as well.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because how's Moon Knight gonna tie into?
You know, I think when
Is that what you're most excited of all this news coming?
Oh,
out?
absolutely. Moon Knight, yes. And I think because, when Endgame happened, I was like, I don't think I could ever, like, these are the A-tier heroes. I don't, like, even if we build up things again, it will be cool, but I don't think we can ever get to the point that we are here with, like, A-tier heroes all gathering together. But then they said Moon Knight, and I said, okay, there is a chance. Finally, we can get another A-tier, an S-tier hero.
For
if you will.
for some
Alright.
background, Moon Knight is a new action adventure series focusing on Mark Spector, a mercenary left for dead. Is that true?
Is that,
I mean, yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We don't fucking
I
know.
know.
I have no idea about Moon Knight.
I think
People
he's
like to-
basically like Marvel Batman.
Yes. Yeah, we got multiple personalities. There's a lot going on with Moon Knight. I more like mentioning Moon Knight in a condescending way because it really upsets like 5 people who love Moon
It
Knight.
happened on the Batman podcast.
And I don't
Not even know
care.
anything about Moon Knight.
No one actively dislikes Moon Knight. He isn't like a really dumb hero from the 90s that a lot
Yeah.
of like there are a lot of dumb heroes from the 90s.
Like Taskmaster.
How dare you? Taskmaster is great. And
What
fun
kind of name
fact
is
about
that?
Taskmaster, he doesn't steal Moon Knight's moves.
He sounds
Because
like
Moon
he's
Knight's too crazy.
he's
He
just
steals everyone else's,
he's-
but not Moon Knight's?
Yeah, well, Taskmaster can watch anyone do whatever they do and then learn how to do it.
sounds
So,
like he just likes discipline. Like he's a
Taskmaster.
like he's an elementary school
I
teacher.
don't know why his name is
wow.
Taskmaster.
It always
but,
makes me
like,
think of Task Manager. Like he's just like
yeah.
trying to commute a bunch of shit.
Exactly. That's
But
what I thought about.
Yeah.
he never steals Moon Knight stuff because Moon Knight's too crazy, man. He's too crazy. He's out of control.
That's
Old Mark Spector.
Oh, so he's Rorschach.
No, he's Batman.
Oh.
I also didn't realize. I found out recently that people always go like
with
Moon
Moon Knight
Knight
facts.
isn't like he's not bad. That's not fair to him to say that he's just Marvel's Batman. But then I found out recently that he once had a young teenage sidekick called Midnight.
Are they really making a show about
Oh
this?
Jesus. Okay.
It'll be great. It'll be great.
Hang
How
on,
many
hang on.
seasons would you guys predict now that Moon
Ooh.
Knight's gonna get?
I think
I don't know.
I could see Disney Plus is coming out really hard swinging, but I wouldn't be surprised if some of these Netflix shows aren't even continuing past 2 seasons. If some of these Marvel shows are only one, I could see
Yeah.
1 or 2 seasons for some of these shows. I don't think that we're going to be talking about the WandaVision series in season 10, just because I don't think you can sustain it. These are going to be really expensive with big talent.
I
Those
pulled up
last.
15 Moon Knight facts.
Right.
Okay.
Oh,
I guarantee you I know at least 14 of them.
Moon Knight
Oh,
wears
boy.
white, so his enemies see him coming. The
Makes
anti-Batman.
sense.
Who would have thought?
Makes
He's
sense.
crazy.
He's crazy. I'm telling you, he's
Crazy,
crazy. He's insane.
14. This one's great. Moon Knight once had moon-based powers. Doesn't anymore.
what are moon-based
Once?
powers?
No, no.
Well, he
Like,
was an
do you
Egyptian
float?
god.
Sort of like
Yeah.
He was like a
non-gravity.
he was like a mercenary in Egypt or something, and then some guy betrayed him, and then he died, but he died at the base of an Egyptian moon god idol, and then a bunch of Egyptians bestowed him with moon powers.
Why do you know so much about Moon Knight?
I like to know things that I am apathetic towards.
She sounded so scared when she
Moon Knight
asked
and
that.
cats.
A lot.
Definitely a serial killer.
Uh-huh.
Moon Knight
Give
likes
me another
cats?
Moon Knight
No.
fact.
Oh, okay.
Stuff
I thought
James
that was
knows.
a real fact. I would have believed you.
Okay, that one's boring. Fuck you, Screen Rant.
How dare
No,
you.
that's boring too.
There's nothing boring about Moon Knight.
Moon Knight is a card-carrying Avenger? What does that mean?
Oh, that's his fun.
Oh, he's one of the West Coast Avengers.
That's a great fact I saw about Moon Knight. For all the people that love defending Moon Knight, I am there with you, baby. And I saw a list of the top 50 Avengers of all time.
Was Moon Knight on it?
He was on it. Guess what number?
50.
49.
Oh.
It was 50.
And who's 50?
I don't know.
Was
Oh,
Midnight
damn.
50?
I don't think Midnight's ever made it. Moon Knight also has an
Avenger.
alternate personality of a cab driver, so that way he can stay
So
down in
he's
the
an
criminal underworld.
So he's an Uber
instead of
driver.
wearing
That's
black.
insane.
So it's basically
Okay, that's fine.
yeah, it's basically if Batman was Bruce Wayne, and then also Alfred.
Apparently, he once had a relationship with Tigra.
Wow.
Oh, rar.
Tigra, where's
Meow.
Tigra from?
The
Marvel.
Tigress.
Okay,
just
all
Marvel.
right. I thought it was someone I knew, but maybe not.
no.
His
I got no
father
problem.
escaped Hitler's Europe.
Yeah, because his dad is a Jewish rabbi.
Yes, you're right. Elias
Yeah.
Spector was a Jewish prodigy. He was
Yeah.
made a rabbi at a very young age. When Hitler invaded Europe, Elias escaped to the United States, taking up residence in Chicago.
Again, none of this is any stupider than any other
You're
comic
right,
book
you're
story, right? Like so, but I think a dark, gritty, scary kind of thing
Sure. It doesn't really exist in the
interesting.
MCU.
It's better than Spawn,
Yeah.
so I think we could
Hold
be
up, does he
okay.
kill people?
I'm sure.
It says Moon Knight has a unique punishment for the worst criminals. Oh, no.
Spending time with Moon Knight.
Yeah, spending time.
Technically, he carves a crescent moon symbol into the foreheads of the guilty. That's fucked up.
Nice.
He's died and
Huh.
been resurrected
So
several
glorious
times.
bastards.
More training.
Well, Moon Knight isn't the only show
No.
coming.
But it's
Yes.
the
Just
in
the
the
biggest.
MCU.
Please continue.
There's Marvel's Loki, which
That I'm
follows.
excited about.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
Like I'm surprised by how much I like Tom
That
Hiddleston.
I could see maybe a couple seasons.
Maybe.
I
Yeah.
think. I just think like the really big characters probably can have more than like.
How many were like Jessica Jones? That was the
2
first one.
seasons.
That was
That
only
was
2
two.
seasons?
Yeah. That
They're stopping it,
Daredevil
right?
was 2
Yeah,
seasons,
right.
but I think those may be a little bit more complex. I think part of the reason is probably because whatever licensing fees Netflix figured out the deal that they made with Disney for those characters, Disney was like, let's renegotiate. We'll charge you $4 billion if you want to keep making Daredevil, and they're like, never mind.
and we get
Never
half of
mind.
Spider-Man.
Because I don't
on
think
Netflix.
I don't think that the shows didn't do well. The only one that I heard didn't perform very well was The Defenders, or like I think Iron
Yeah.
Fist got bad reviews,
But
but I
it's still
think
viewed well?
according to Netflix, which it's all their secret numbers, I think it did well. So I can only guess that those shows ended because Disney wanted
Too expensive.
those licenses.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, they want to control it all.
Well, Loki, do we know when it's set? Because
It is set following the events of Endgame, where, and spoiler for Endgame if you haven't seen it, this is where he takes the Tesseract.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because there was
Interesting.
like unanswered things.
Yeah, which is kind of cool because it's almost like all the Marvel What If series, which they're doing, are all animated.
Yeah.
So this is a little bit of a What If live action.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh,
There was
okay.
this like Reddit theory for Avengers Endgame that I mean I was just reading theories on Reddit the entire time. But there was this one where Loki was Bruce Banner during the entire thing of Endgame. Like Loki didn't die, but Loki was Bruce Banner, and that's
Okay.
why he couldn't turn into Hulk. Like that's why he had that issue with turning into Hulk, and like there was this whole thing, and I fully believed it. Like I fully believed
But
it.
wait, isn't Hulk the whole of Endgame? Isn't that the point?
Well, in
He just doesn't get mad.
Oh, Infinity War, right?
Infinity
Sorry,
War.
Infinity War.
Oh,
When he couldn't transform into
Yes.
Hulk,
It was Loki
it was
disguised
because it was
as-
He was
Loki
Bruce
described.
Banner.
Yeah, and
I
like
see.
there was something like Bruce knew too much about something, and but Loki knew about it, and it was just like
I loved
it was weird. I loved it. I was
Yeah.
like, hell yeah, bring back Loki, because when he died, I was like,
I know.
Yeah.
Isn't that in the
too.
first couple of minutes of that movie?
oh
as well?
yeah,
They're just like,
he
Yeah.
died.
Dead.
They're
Like,
like, hey, you
gone.
guys loved Ragnarok. Everyone
Yeah,
loved
everyone-
Ragnarok. Remember all that progress? Nah.
But yeah, but it was also because like Valkyrie wasn't there, like so there was a ship that sort
Yeah.
of detached from that,
Yeah.
from the main ship in Infinity War, right?
Yeah. With
In the
Krog.
beginning, yeah, with
Yeah.
Krog, and we're like,
Korg.
we're thinking
Korg.
like Bruce is on that, like real Bruce is on that and
Mhm.
stuff. And I was just
I
like,
do
All
like
right,
I
all
like
right,
when people
okay.
come up with conspiracy theories to diminish character development. Like
Yeah, right.
Bruce Banner and his relationship with Hulk is like a developing saga that
Uh-huh.
Infinity War
it was basically PTSD.
like yeah, basically like we found something that's even scarier and now he has to deal with that and then Bruce Banner can't rely on this like atomic bomb inside of himself to do it. He has to step up and
Yeah.
do it himself. But I do like the idea if someone's like, no. All that
No,
character
no.
development's lame.
not
It's
happening.
Loki.
Yeah, I was pretty pissed during Infinity War because I was like, Bruce, what's happening?
Yeah.
man,
Yeah, yeah.
You
get your
stood up
shit
in the
together.
theater and
Come
you said
on,
that.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, get your shit together,
But then
bruh.
he shows up in the Hulkbuster.
The Hulkbuster was cool.
And then he
And
gets
then
and
he
he loses.
He loses
Yeah,
it.
gets
everyone
his shit
does.
pushed in the
Yeah.
Again.
All right. Well,
Mhm.
so yeah,
Had a bad day.
excited for Loki.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
sure.
also Marvel's WandaVision coming, which they haven't started shooting anything yet for it. But when they showed off stuff in the hall, it was just kind of a tonal intercut. It was like shots from the Dick Van Dyke Show, which I don't know if any of you guys have read the Vision family
No.
comics. I know Omar has.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Yeah,
They're great
Okay.
because it's
Yeah.
like nuclear family. The Vision kind of like goes underground a little bit. He lives in the suburbs with his robot wife and kids.
Yeah, he creates his family. He creates
Yeah.
a wife and 2 kids and a dog, I
He's
think.
like
Yeah.
allowed to
Oh.
retire. So
Mhm.
but what's
That seems
retirement
kind of
for
incestual. in a way.
robot?
It's
I have ethical questions.
It's kind of like you read it and you're like, you have this little bit of an icky feeling as you're reading
Yeah.
it. Like I don't
Something's
know.
not right.
Yeah.
But
I made my wife.
it leads into that mid-century, the perfect family, the picket white fence, the perfect house and
Yeah.
everything, and then it like flips it on its head when oh no,
Mhm.
he's still a weird sentient robot being
Uh-huh.
and shit goes bad.
Yeah.
But do you think they'll do that for the comic or for the show, Omar?
I was reading somewhere else that somebody had that same theory. It would be awesome fodder for a TV show. I don't know how it ties to Wanda, though.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
only thing.
Yeah,
Wanda's
because that's
so
like
different.
a Vision-specific story, not a Wanda Vision.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
there's the whole X factor, the X-Men, right? So she's like, finally, they're gonna probably at some point start integrating that stuff. She's
Yeah.
a big part of that world too.
That's
Oh.
true.
So I wonder if they're gonna use any of this to set up that stuff. I don't know.
Well, it's being described as half classic sitcom, half full MCU spectacular. And I imagine if they're showing the Dick Van Dyke Show clips, it's like, oh, the Vision's kind of this like Dick Van Dyke, and then she's Mary Tyler Moore, and whoa,
What if it was like a
Oh.
3-camera sitcom
it,
show?
it could
Be upsetting.
But then like, what if like the X-Men start showing up
Hey.
to visit?
I don't know.
There goes the neighborhood.
Well,
kind of
Dad's
thing.
coming over.
Oh, no, Magneto.
Magneto, no.
And he's got like constantly sticking to Vision.
I love that.
Where is this going to be taking place? Like before Avengers?
I think that one was after.
Yeah, I don't.
Or after?
It's
Well,
unclear because
he's
Vision's dead.
Dead.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
He's permadead? Yeah, he is
Yeah,
permadead.
because he died
He took-
normal. They ripped that thing out of his brain, and then he
Yeah.
died normal way.
Yeah.
He didn't come back.
So I
in the-
guess
Yeah,
he
he
and
didn't
Black
come
Widow are
back.
the only ones who can't come back.
Yeah.
Well, alternate universe?
Yeah,
Black
that
Widow
could be.
and Gamora, I think, are the permadeaths of the Avengers.
Yeah, but then because there's a second Gamora.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's the second
She's new
Gamora.
replacement Gamora.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? Everything's all changed now. Now that time travel exists,
Yeah.
everything's all
Or they
Yeah.
pull a Bob Newhart and she dreamt it
it's a dream.
after
Yeah.
all.
Mm.
Oh, that
Oh.
could actually be because she kind of can. She's a reality manipulator, so maybe it could be something where it's like
She
the
makes
roles
her
are
own
flipped.
reality?
In the comic, it's to make Vision more complacent. They create this family for him, but maybe she's in this state post Endgame that they are oh, all right, well, she's just going to manifest a reality where Vision is her husband and they live this beautiful life, kind of like in Little Shop of Horrors when she dreams about her life, the song Suddenly Seymour or whatever.
I have actually seen that.
So
I love that
it's
movie.
basically that, but it's a whole thing in her head,
Yeah.
and it's Wanda's vision. of
Nice. Nice.
the whole thing.
Oh.
And it's both of them are Loki.
Oh, they're Loki.
yeah.
Under the moon.
Bruce
Knight.
Banner's
Yeah.
2 more Lokis in Marvel's Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm. Short-haired
Mhm.
Winter Soldier too.
Which
Yeah, they cut him off.
honestly, neither of these dudes ever do it for me in the movies. I don't know.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, Winter
They-
Soldier's supposed to be pretty reserved.
Mhm.
I feel like Bucky isn't meant to have that much character because he's been through some shit.
That makes sense.
He is cute though.
They
Yeah. He's cute.
they cited the one scene that the two of them had in the car. Remember? Where like
Yeah.
he's like, "Hey, can you move your seat up?" And he's like, "No." Like that's the only
Right.
real
Yeah, that's
charisma that
literally
the two of
what-
them
the
have.
only time they've really talked.
This oddball couple.
Yeah, but I guess I
Oddball.
could
Oh, they're a real Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, they Hobbs and Shaw. Yeah, they didn't really set that up
yeah.
Mm.
too well, I think, from the movies. But
I'm not against it though. I'm like, fine, I'll take
Yeah.
it. Like,
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
why not?
I'm taking everything now. I'm
There-
just like,
There does seem to
see.
be a void. There's a narrative void that will be able to be filled in Captain America's role. That I think the two of them could come in, and then of course there's like U.S. agent and stuff.
Mm.
There's a bunch of things
Yeah.
that we can do. There's
see.
tons of potential. I mean, it's what 100 years of comic book universe that we can play.
Do we
in
know
now.
who's writing this stuff? Nope.
No.
Very little information.
I don't
Hope
know.
they're good.
It's just what they tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Mostly it's been announced like who's going to be coming back. So like Daniel Bruhl is coming back as Baron Zemo, that sort of thing. You mentioned Moon Knight already, so we're there. But Miss Marvel and She-Hulk
I'm excited for
are also
those.
coming. Yeah, I think those.
Yeah.
Are
I'm actually probably the
She-Hulk.
most excited for both of them.
She-Hulk,
pumped
yeah.
for
I'd
her.
like to know more about her. Yeah.
So
for
I saw
sure.
someone say maybe it's a procedural.
What does that mean?
Well, it's like
'Cause she's a lawyer.
It's like an
Oh,
Law and
so
Order
she's-
SVU or something.
oh.
Because she's a lawyer,
Yeah.
and so it'd basically be like Ace Attorney, but with She-Hulk.
It's like a little bit of Judge Dredd in there.
Not
And yeah, and
bad.
so at a certain point, then she has to She-Hulk out.
Yeah.
And like that stuff. That could
She-Hulk's
be
cool, and then I think Miss Marvel would be like the first Muslim character we've had
Mhm.
on screen,
Yeah.
so that's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
dope
That's
too.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her comics are also really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's fantastic.
we go. We kind of had like a discussion this weekend. Because did you guys see the Brie Larson hammer stuff?
No?
So Brie Larson posted this picture of herself lifting like Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
And a lot of insecure dudes got
Oh.
really upset about it.
Well, of
they were
course.
like, "You're not worthy to lift
Yeah, yeah.
Mjolnir." And,
Yeah,
and they were all like really upset. And then even Natalie Portman was like, "You go."
Yeah, you
And they were
go.
like, "Natalie, no."
Natalie, you betrayed us.
Yeah, they were like, "You're all right, Natalie," but
no.
But they were upset because they didn't feel like Brie Larson was worthy to
It's
lift.
a prop, you idiots.
Well, someone else.
Oh, was it in the?
There was a comment saying like, "Oh, well, don't worry, that's not the real Mjolnir. That's just a prop. Like, it's not the one used in the movie. It's just
Oh, they
a
had to find
prop,
every
though."
excuse.
It doesn't exist anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's not real.
It's not real.
But they're all really upset. But we were kind of having this discussion because I'm sort of of the mind of, I wish Marvel would sort of like speak out a little bit more and be
Mhm.
like, "Hey, this toxicity is not cool.
Yes,
like this is
Disney,
not the."
though.
I know,
all
they're
they
not-
care about is money.
They're not going
Yeah,
to.
Yeah.
But then you were like, well, I guess they speak more with greenlighting these shows and having these characters and
Yeah.
stuff.
suppose.
I mean, I feel like instead of releasing a statement, they say, "Hey, Natalie, when we announce Thor: Love and Thunder, pick up the hammer.
Yeah.
Do it. Like, pick up the hammer and show them
But that's
what."
Mjolnir!
Yeah. Show them, and then
worthy.
like it'll be this moment that has a lot of fanfare, and everyone will be there clapping for it. That it makes you seem like a real asshole to be the one that raises your hand and say like, "I don't think it's fair."
I don't
Yeah.
think any actual human would be worthy of that hammer anyway, as a side note.
Absolutely. Yeah.
No one.
Well,
Captain America.
Maybe
barely.
Bob Ross.
Barely. Yeah.
My favorite
barely.
thing is that there's literally 3 Thor films about how unworthy he is of that hammer.
Absolutely.
he's going
And how he's
Yeah.
perpetually trying to work to earn it. And
Yeah.
but they're pissed off because Brie Larson held up a prop.
Very
Took
funny.
of an Instagram
It,
photo.
it was very.
But
reading the
I don't know
comments-
even if greenlighting the shows is because I feel like Disney's such a business that I know that streaming services studies show that women watch more TV or are more likely to binge through something. So
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
I feel like I don't even buy that they did it because they're like, yeah, women. They're like, who's gonna watch more of this?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well,
Yeah. Excellent.
That
Who's
makes
gonna give us more
Which is
money?
fine, but that's all they care about.
Yeah.
That's true.
Then why would they greenlight Muppets now?
That's just for you.
It's just for
I
me.
didn't
Like
even
Steve
know about
Zargo's-
that. Wait, what happened?
Do you not? You know?
No.
We're moving out of the Marvel territory.
Marvel,
into
we're going
a
into
little
other
bit.
things Disney owns.
Yeah, the Disney announced that they'll be making an unscripted short form Muppet series called Muppets Now, which is a little bit more like, I guess, improvisational comedy. I'm assuming that it would be like the Muppets are in this situation and there's a celebrity there and they're interacting and whatever.
Oh, that's.
They did a
funny.
whole shtick at the panel where like Legal came out and told Kermit that he couldn't talk about it.
Oh
and all this.
no.
I think the Muppets excel in short form, so I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
I would still love a really good new Muppet movie,
Mm-hmm.
but
This is what they have to do to fund the movie. The
I
Muppets are like, oh, they said we have to make this improv show.
yeah, we have to get the theater back. But yeah, I do feel like it's Disney saying like, okay, well, let's keep Muppets in the public consciousness and see how we can continue to shape them and their characters while we're figuring out the next
I think
thing.
that's also a kids one. Like,
Yeah.
they for sure want kids on that streaming service because they want every family ever to pay for it. So I feel like
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And they want to find a way to bridge the gap because they have like a Muppet Babies series now, which I feel like no one talks
Muppet
about.
Babies?
Yeah, they have like a CG Muppet. Do you not know the Muppet Babies?
It's-
I
CG?
don't know anything about this. Like, this is new to me.
Yeah,
Do
it's
you
like
know,
it's-
have you ever heard of Muppet Babies before?
No, I've heard
Okay. I haven't either.
Muppets, but like Muppet
You haven't heard of
Babies.
Muppet Babies
Uh-uh.
either? So when the
We're
Muppets
young.
were super
We're
popular,
young, yeah.
when the Muppets were super
We're not
popular
from
in
here.
like the late 80s, early 90s, there was an animated cartoon called Muppet Babies, which was a spin-off from Muppets Take Manhattan.
where they have the Muppet Baby
they
puppets.
had a fantasy sequence
Yeah.
where there's Muppet
Mm-hmm.
puppets, but then that in its own right became a pretty popular show, and it's a cartoon show
Uh-huh.
for that was
Yeah.
for us when we were kids.
Fiona,
About-
if you don't know what it is, give me your number,
Okay.
and I will call you using Mint Mobile to tell you more about the Muppet Babies. And a word now for Mint Mobile. If you're still using one of the big wireless providers in 2019, have you asked yourself what you're paying for? Between expensive retail stores, inflated prices, and hidden fees, you're being taken advantage of because they know that you'll pay. Enter Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile provides the same premium network coverage you're used to, but at a fraction of the cost because everything is online. Mint Mobile saves on retail locations and overhead, then passes those savings directly to you. Mint Mobile's approach to wireless is a thing of the future. Our own cyber futurist, Lawrence Sontag, is the Mint man. And thanks to Mint, saved himself some money and got some great service along the way as he prepares to eventually be uploaded to the cloud, and then we'll be able to call him in it. Mint Mobile makes it easy to cut your wireless bill down to just $15 a month. Every plan comes with unlimited nationwide talk and text. With Mint Mobile, stop paying for unlimited data you'll never use, and instead choose between plans with 3, 8, or 12 gigabytes of 4G LTE data. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts. You can ditch that old wireless bill and start saving with Mint Mobile. So, to get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/dude. That's mintmobile.com/DUDE. And cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/dude. So yeah, thank you Mint Mobile for your sponsorship.
I didn't know that Muppet Babies was a spin-off of the movie.
Yeah.
I watched the shit out of that when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's a great
like
show.
that movie.
Also, it was one of the first crossovers because they had like Star Wars footage in that
They did,
show.
yeah.
Really?
They would they would be like, oh, it's Han Croclo. And
Yeah.
then Kermit would be dressed like Han Solo, and they'd have actual footage of like Star Destroyers, and they'd be like, oh no, it's a Star Destroyer and
Is
stuff.
that where the Kermit meme came from?
Which Kermit?
There's
meme?
that Kermit where he's like wearing that hood.
No, that's,
no,
And he's
no.
like,
that's
oh
one
no,
of the
that's
more recent
different.
movies.
Okay.
No, no.
Yeah.
Where he goes to Russian prison or whatever it is.
Most Most
Oh, a
Wanted.
Russian prison. My God.
Yeah, Kermit's been through some shit.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
really
he's
has.
seen a lot of shit.
Uh,
Amnesia, like 4 or 5
yeah,
times.
he's always
Yeah.
losing his
Yeah.
memory.
Yeah, his voice keeps changing.
Mhm.
Poor frog.
People pretend to be him sometimes.
Speaking of Star Wars, though, they also announced the Rogue One series
Yeah.
Mhm.
coming to Disney Plus, which is Diego Luna and Alan Tudyk reprising their characters from the movie. And it's going to be more of like a spy series, I guess, them infiltrating and doing different missions.
She's pretty Rogue One-y.
I don't believe anyone anymore. I'm cynical, but like I remember when Rogue One was coming out, they were like, it's a Star Wars heist film.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it and I was like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
What part? When they land on the like runway and they shoot at each
Yeah.
other? Where's the heist? They also did that with Ant-Man. They go,
Yeah.
Ant-Man is a Marvel heist film. I'm like, no, it's not.
not.
What are you talking about? They
I feel like-
throw a tank in the middle
Yeah,
of the building.
right.
Ant-Man was closer to that than
Yeah.
Star Wars was, but yes, you're right. Both of them are just
Yeah.
explosions and chaos and no real
Yeah.
heist.
So now anytime a big studio says, it's this that you know, plus a different genre that's unattached to that, I go, I have my doubts. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
Was there, before Endgame came out, was there any messaging that was like, there's a heist in it? I don't remember there being.
No.
it
Marvel's
wasn't.
very.
No, and I
like,
guess
they didn't
actually
say
it is kind of heist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
the
a
time
time
heist.
That's the time
Yeah.
heist.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You guys have seen the film, I see.
No, but I'm pretty excited for Rogue One. Cause the series at least, because like I really like that movie.
Yeah.
I know there were some people who were like, no, I didn't really like it. And I'm like, I get it. I understand why you didn't like it, but like I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But like I sort of want to see like how they're gonna do the series since everyone did die.
I guess it's probably
Yeah.
because that movie, I found some of the character introductions in that movie a little jarring, but like if I recall when you first meet Diego Luna's character, he's like
Yeah.
in the middle of something else, right?
Okay.
Isn't he? It's like in a
He's-
weird
he
planet
was
with a lot of
sorta-
steam
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff, like
that's true,
yeah.
running through an
He was
alley.
running away, right?
So I can only
Yeah.
assume that it's
Ties
what
into
they
that.
were up to before.
So before?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess
I
so.
like both those actors a whole lot, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool to see what they do.
Do you think
Yeah.
it'll be like a monster of the week? Like each episode, they've got some new
Maybe.
thing.
Or like some
or-
X-Files type shit.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I feel like monster of the week is a little bit of a dying
Mhm.
genre.
Yeah. People want
People
long
people
form
want long form serial
Yeah.
because
stuff.
they need the viewers to come back every
Yep.
single week.
Yeah.
My hope with all this Star Wars stuff is that they start feeling comfortable not tying it to the Star Wars universe. Like
Oh yeah.
I think the biggest shortcoming for me of Rogue One was feeling that it needed to match up to the minute with when a New Hope starts.
Yep.
And I don't need that.
Yeah.
I
Like,
don't need it. Yeah.
like even Solo, I think the biggest problem I had with Solo was that we're like, okay, we need to make sure everything about Han Solo is in place by the time this movie is over.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
but then what about the 15 years between now and then when he actually
Yeah.
meets Luke? Like,
I haven't
I don't
seen
get it.
Solo, but I can't tell if some of the stuff James tells me from Solo is
It's all true.
real or not.
Oh,
all
yeah.
real.
There is definitely an aggressive feminist robot.
Really?
That is a real thing.
What does she do?
She just yells about feminist stuff mostly.
Why?
She's super obnoxious. It's so weird. Watching that movie,
why
you're like,
did you
why?
add Who is she like in league with? Who are her?
She hates everyone.
Oh,
They made her a very grumpy feminist.
And that's a mood.
It's just but I think my favorite part of that movie is the robot uprising, and there's this like little droid who's stamping across a keyboard, who's just like this whole chaotic room of robots getting mad.
were they trying to make a Star Wars movie for younger?
I don't know what it
I
is.
mean, haven't they
Yeah.
always been for young people?
Right?
Yeah, it's
Not
a
George Lucas's.
family movie.
Those are for I don't know.
Family.
Just George.
Movie.
Lucas,
George.
actually.
Yeah.
No
I don't know.
idea.
It's a weird. Solo is always one of those movies that's weird because it knows the significance of itself because of the character of Han Solo.
Well, you're like they explain how Han got his pants.
I mean, they basically explain everything, but it's like not explained in a creative way. So it's like
No, it's
someone's
so
like, "Hey, I have this garbage gun. You want it?"
And
he's
it's
like,
like,
"Sure, I
oh.
need a gun." And then it goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" And like does like his like, "Oh wow!" And you're like, "That's Han's gun." But like in the context of the movie, it's nothing.
not
It
cool.
doesn't
It's nothing,
mean
yeah, it
anything.
doesn't
Getting the
mean
name
anything.
Solo is
Yeah,
just
yeah.
terrible. And
You're all
accidentally-
alone. I'll call you Solo.
Solo.
Well, I guess I'll try to get excited for that. I'm more excited for the Mandalorian,
Same.
which I never thought I would be
Yeah.
interested in.
Uh-huh.
That trailer is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
That's right,
trailer was
Mandalorian.
really cool.
Omar, are you hyped for that?
I have no idea what it is.
Really?
Mandalorian?
You haven't
Excellent.
seen that trailer yet?
Oh, stop
after
what you're
this, you gotta
doing
watch
right
the-
now.
Stop what
No,
you're
no,
doing
don't stop
right
what you're
now.
doing
Go
right now.
watch it.
Don't stop
We
it
need
right
you to
now.
watch the podcast.
No,
Please
no.
stay afterwards.
That trailer's awesome.
Yep.
And again, I hope that they don't feel like they need to tie it to Star Wars. I don't want them mentioning Jabba, the Hutt, or anything. I don't want them
Jabba.
constantly like interacting with these characters. Like it's like you got a whole universe to explore. Just
Yeah.
go.
Jabba
Just
is
go.
my favorite character, so I'm hoping they do mention
Okay.
it.
I do
because
love
him
him.
so
Bad
much.
example.
But I see
feel
your
like
point.
Women love Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
I don't know what it
Adore
is.
him. It's my favorite by a mile.
Well, so it's the Mandalorian will take place 5 years after the events of Return of the Jedi,
Mm-hmm.
and it follows a lone Mandalorian gunfighter beyond the reaches of the New Republic.
Oh,
John Favreau.
So it takes place after Return of the Jedi.
Mhm.
That's interesting.
I feel like as far as Mandalorian is concerned, I don't care what time period it's set in. Like, I didn't even really need to know.
Yeah.
I get that they have to answer
Yeah.
that because Star Wars fans care about everything
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, but like, you can have a Mandalorian just be a bounty
Whenever,
hunter
yeah.
and do
Mhm.
whatever.
doesn't
matter
need to
when it
tie
is.
into
It's also weird though because like someone will correct me, so I'm not gonna say correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But like I always thought it was a big thing about Boba Fett that he wore this old armor,
Yeah.
right? Like he wore armor that was out of date
Mhm.
for him to wear because it referenced this old culture of people, these soldiers, these Mandalorian
Yeah.
soldiers.
IG-88 were a really similar.
So it seems
honestly.
strange that that this takes place after Return of the Jedi, implying that there are, other than Boba Fett, there is also another dude going around wearing Mandalorian armor.
I agree. Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, maybe
I
they'll,
see-
maybe
no,
they'll
I-
figure
I
it
see
out.
what you
I
mean.
feel like
If they
what you're
don't
saying was
answer
something
it-
in the EU, and they said the same thing about IG-88 that he was wearing like a really old thing.
Isn't
Mhm.
IG-88 the one that is?
Yeah, he's like a weird robot
It's
looking.
Yeah.
just like a hat
Taika
rack.
Waititi.
Basically, is a robot, but I think it was
Taika
like
Waititi's doing his
supposed to be
voice.
significant that it was old. I could be wrong, but I feel
Uh-huh.
like you're onto something there. I don't remember.
I'll tell you what I really need though. At some point, because in the trailer it's really great, but the mask is on the whole time. And
Yeah.
we know it's Pedro Pascal.
Who's
Yeah.
super charismatic, really fun to
He's
watch, but we
fantastic.
haven't seen him
But-
in it yet.
I really hope there's a point where he takes off his mask and he's kind of like balding
Uh-huh.
and he has glasses on and a mustache so it can look like that's still. You ever see that behind the scenes
Yeah.
still of the guy who actually was performing Boba Fett?
Oh yeah.
And he just looks like your dad, like not your dad specifically, but like he looks like
the
a
general
dad,
dad.
like
Yeah.
you know, like 2 kids and a wife, works in an accounting department. Dad.
Oh my god.
That's what I want them to
You
go
want
for his look.
I hope
So he's
they
like,
take it off and it's his face after the hound or the mountain
oh,
pushed
it's,
him in.
it's just gonna
Yeah.
be some holes.
He's got hands in his
He's
eyes.
still screaming.
I hope it's a Samus situation. It's all a massive misdirection. It's
Oh.
actually a hot chick in a
Oh.
bikini.
Yeah.
I would love
Pedra Pascal.
Pedro.
So I guess there's some weird stuff about IG-88 is not going to be in The Mandalorian, but there was like kind of a teaser where Taika Waititi was in a recording booth with an image of IG-88 on screen, but then they had to clear it up that it's actually IG-11.
11. Okay.
Does that mean that IG-11 is Taika Waititi?
Yes.
Dope.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
He's great.
There's a lot of interesting people in this, including Nick Nolte and Werner Herzog.
Oh
He's like, I am in the Star Wars
Yeah.
movie now.
The
I am
Mandalorian
now in
is
the Star
always
Wars.
coming and looking and flying in the Slave One, spiraling through the
ship.
darkness of space.
Yeah, I just feel like they can have a lot of fun with Mandalorian. That trailer was obviously awesome. It does look very Star Warsy, and my like one thing that I keep thinking is everything they show now, everything just looks like Tatooine.
Yeah.
Why is everything so dusty? You have
Yeah.
infinite planets.
Yeah.
But it does
Dusty
look
is
really good.
cheap.
Yeah.
And
Film
masks
that
a lot, I
status.
guess.
That's
Yeah.
a lot.
Arizona.
Yeah. You don't need to
Yeah.
add that extra CGI.
Does
Yeah.
look good though.
Yeah.
Mhm. It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, we'll talk about one of my final favorite pieces of information
Yeah.
after this word from Upstart. As most of us have found out the hard way, getting into debt is easy, but getting out is hard, especially if your FICO score isn't that great. Thankfully, now there's Upstart.com, the revolutionary lending platform that knows you're more than just your credit score and offers smarter interest rates to help you pay off high-interest credit card debt. So if you're someone with debt, you can use Upstart.com to get a loan quickly and cut down on the time that you're going to be paying it back, right? You're not waiting or anything like that. Upstart goes beyond the traditional FICO score when assessing your credit worthiness. They actually reward you based on your education and job history in the form of a smarter interest rate, which not many lenders tend to do. Upstart believes you're more than just your credit score. They believe in you, and they understand that. They make it fast, simple, and easy to check your rate in just a few minutes without affecting your credit score. And the best part is that you can get your loan, like I said, sometimes the very next business day. Most people get their funds approved in that timeline. Over 200,000 people have used Upstart to pay off credit cards, student loans, fund their wedding, or even just to make a large purchase. You can free yourself from the burden of high-interest credit card debt by consolidating everything into one monthly payment with Upstart. You can see why Upstart is ranked number 1 in their category with over 300 businesses on Trustpilot, and hurry to upstart.com/dude to find out how low your Upstart rate is. Checking your rate only takes a few minutes and it won't affect your credit score. That's upstart.com/dude. Thank you, Upstart. We can talk more about this if you guys want.
It's illegal now. You said we can't.
It's been rumored for some time now. The fans have been clamoring for it.
Mm.
But Ewan McGregor, he's coming back.
Oh yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yep.
This is great news. This is a
awesome.
great day.
This is a fantastic.
Yeah.
It happened on the weekend, but today is also good.
Yeah.
I'm really happy about it. But you ever wonder if maybe there's someone out there who could have also been great as an Obi-Wan Kenobi, or people don't even want to think about that? People don't even want to consider that anymore. Once we've gotten used to something, I'm not saying that there is.
There wasn't that
But-
much outrage for Han. Like, I don't feel like people were like, it's a different man. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Like,
I mean,
what
I
did
guess
they
because they were
expect?
like, he's young, yeah.
What do you
De-age.
expect? Like, you can't
blaster.
get
Yeah.
Harrison Ford to act as like a 25.
It's also that there's no way he'd do it. He'd
Yeah,
be
he
like,
wouldn't do
hell no.
Yeah.
But like,
They'd be like, we'll de-age you, Harrison. Fuck you.
like if anyone complained,
I've been
I'd
old
be
for
like,
50 years.
You obviously
I
just
hate
don't
Star
understand.
Wars.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
understand humans.
All
Yeah.
of this stuff, because when does it take place? Did they say when it takes place?
No, all they've kind of announced is that the series has been written. They haven't released any like release or
No
plot
details.
details or anything.
Obi-Wan is my second favorite Star Wars character, so I'm also very on board for this.
Yeah.
And I like Ewan McGregor a lot.
If you think of the prequels as the Obi-Wan story and you just focus on that aspect of it,
Yeah.
they're really good. Like,
But you just have to block out everything else.
If you just like everything else is just stuff that's trying to distract him from
I
being
mean,
awesome.
I feel like we can't get Liam Neeson back.
That's what I was saying. What if we got Liam Neeson?
I don't think so.
bad.
Because I don't think because they are they together prior to the start of
Yeah.
episode 1?
Yeah, they're
Oh,
he's his Padawan or whatever.
But they don't meet in episode 1. I don't remember.
no.
Okay.
They're already working
Yeah.
together.
Okay, maybe get some.
They'd have to be really young.
They'd have to really
and he'd
de-age.
have that
Yeah.
haircut
Yes.
again. But I don't know. I'm curious. I'm always curious where these fall because Star Wars is such a weird franchise that they feel like even though, like with the Han Solo thing, even though there's 20 years between this movie and that movie, they still need to match things up.
Yeah.
Like
Totally
they need to
do.
sew it all together.
Yeah.
And at the end of Revenge of the Sith,
Mm-hmm.
he's like there's so much left. Like Luke and Leia need to grow up and get into turn like 18 or whatever.
Yeah.
However they-
Yeah.
But like he basically at the end of that movie goes like, I will be in a cave on Tatooine if anyone needs me. Not doing anything. So it's like if it takes place after that, it kind of breaks that idea that he was hermited for so
That's
long.
very true.
Yeah.
But then if it takes place alongside his misadventures with Anakin, because there's a period of time, the time jump from there, it's like it implies that they went off and did kind of wacky
So
stuff together.
do you
too.
think the real surprise would be
Hayden Christensen?
Hayden Christensen coming back?
coming back.
Oh,
No way.
Yeah.
That would be
No
a
way.
twist.
Someone needs to fight Darth Maul from Solo too. Don't forget that he is
Yeah.
also in that movie.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darth Maul is the thing that I actually want in that series because I think he's awesome. But then I'm like, how does it line up with Rebels? 'Cause
He's got a cool
dead
backstory.
now. Yeah.
He's dead again
Yeah, he's dead. He's
in
probably
Rebels.
Dead.
Why you bring him back? Kill him again.
Kill him again.
Yeah.
This time he is not a spider. He's just dead. It's like, but it's a lot of stuff goes on with Maul, and I'm like, I don't know. I think he's interesting, but I have no idea how the meetings go. Where they're like, okay, what period of time do we set this in? No, he's there at that time, and this
Yeah.
fuck is here doing this. It must be so difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they don't care as much. I think you get into this mess because you don't care as much.
Except they know their fan base cares a whole lot, and if they do
More
something
than any
that,
other fan base.
They
Yes.
in the
literally
world.
will look at every detail and be like,
Yes.
that's wrong.
If they
I
do
mean,
something
even
that
we're
shits on
doing that though. We're like,
continuity,
when is it set? And
Yeah.
I'm not that much of a Star Wars fan.
I could see them doing something like, you thought that Obi-Wan was in a cave, but here's the real story.
Oh, yeah.
It was
like-
a clone
But-
the
Yeah.
whole time.
It was a clone.
Star Wars is like bigger and more mainstreamly popular than ever before. And remember when they threw out all those books? Disney said, "Oh, yeah?
yeah.
Fuck your universe. Like, we're starting over. Rey's the only character."
Yeah.
So they might do something like that again.
Yeah.
Who knows? They're like, we're reshaping it as we go.
I actually wouldn't mind if even when these shows came out, they were like, they're not canon. But I wonder if that would get rid of the hardcore Star Wars fans. Surely that's
I
like
don't know.
1% of people who are like, if it's not canon, it's not worthy.
Yeah.
It's not worthy
Yeah.
of my eyes.
Oh, yeah.
How do you guys feel about like a lot of these shows are just they're just sort of like ideas or not even like really written, but they announce it anyways.
I think for Star Wars, they don't need to tell us
don't
anything.
need-
Everyone's
yeah.
just like, yeah, I'll take it. But I mean, I know
Just
someone.
give it to me.
Yeah, I know somebody who's already signed up for Disney Plus. I think it was like 3 years, and it cost him $140 or something.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like, what did you? How much?
3
Oh,
years?
like they pre-bought it.
I think so.
I think it's $70 a year.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not compared to the others. I don't know. It just seems like a lot.
divided by 12. It's less than $10 a month.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
$6.99 a month, right?
Oh wow.
That is actually
Terrible.
pretty
Do you have to
bad.
pay that
Back.
amount each year, or is it like you pay
I
monthly?
think you
Sure, you can
can
probably pay
pay a
monthly.
year up front or
Yeah.
you can pay monthly. I don't know.
I mean, to your point though, like it is bold to just announce something with no title,
Yeah.
no title, no, graphic.
It feels like they're doing it
and just-
like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like just for the Disney Plus, because they're probably like they're launching it so soon, so they're like, come on, get it now. We have this, we have this, we have this. I mean, a lot of their shows are already pretty much like being recorded, but it's like
It definitely worked, and then I feel like a month ago everyone was like, Disney streaming service, interesting, and now everyone's like, when do I get
Yeah,
the
when
Disney
do I-
streaming
yeah.
service? So it definitely worked.
but it just sucks because they're not gonna get that show for a
Ages.
while.
Yes, because I think Mandalorian is launching with
Yes.
the
Yeah.
series.
Oh,
the-
okay,
the
Mandalorian,
service.
okay.
I probably will get it for Mandalorian.
Yeah, like that's a strong one.
Do
to
that
put
is
up
a
front.
strong, yeah.
They also said that most of their stuff is going to be weekly.
Oh,
no
yeah.
binge,
Oh, so
no
there's
more
no
binge
binging,
watching,
yeah.
Gotta
which is
keep
really
those
smart on their part.
subscriptions,
Yeah.
HBO.
Their
Yep,
30-day
yep.
trial ain't going to get you the whole season.
No.
I mean, the more I think about the Marvel stuff, I'm like, if they do these series, they ultimately bypass having to do any origin story in a feature. Like they can do their next
Yeah.
big they can do their next big ensemble
Absolutely, yeah.
and not have to have built any of it on the backs of movies.
Yeah.
Which is kind
True.
of cool for me, who's probably not going to watch all the series, but will definitely watch the movies and look up a Moonlight or Moon Knight. What the hell's his name?
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight
Moon Knight.
Wikipedia page
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
get myself
Yeah.
informed. So
You know he wears white so his enemies can see him coming.
Yeah.
You'll learn that. And
so
more
he
in
never
the
wears
show.
a dark color.
Suits
Only
built
when he's in the
entirely out of adamantium, I guess, which
That's
is a metal.
insane to me.
Wait, is it really? That's expensive.
My gosh.
That's
Oh,
expensive.
that's a rare
Hey,
material.
when you're rich like him, because he is, and
'Cause
so
he's
is Bruce
Batman.
Wayne.
Um,
I'm
yeah.
gonna have to get a new pair of glasses so I can see Moon Knight up close, read all of his
Where are you
comics
gonna get those from?
from Warby Parker.
oh.
So I went to warbyparker.com and tried their risk-free home try-on program. I chose 5 frames and had them shipped within 10 days directly to my door to try on at my leisure. It was like a fun fashion show for my eyes. For every pair of glasses sold, Warby Parker distributes a pair of glasses to someone in need. It doesn't take 20/20 vision to see that helping others is pretty cool. I picked the frames I wanted, then sent the others back for free using a prepaid return shipping label. It was super easy. You can try Warby Parker out for yourself and see how good you look in your frames by going to warbyparker.com/dudesoup to order your free home try-on kit with free shipping all around. That's warbyparker.com/dudesoup. Be sure to type lowercase DUDESOUP. And if you have an iPhone X, be sure to download the Warby Parker app and try their new virtual try-on. You can try on eyeglasses and see the realistic color, texture, and size of each style from anywhere using just your phone. Thank you, Elise. Warby Parker makes high-quality, stylish, and affordable glasses that start at only $95, including prescription lenses. Plus, lenses include anti-glare and anti-scratch coatings, and now blue light filtering lenses are also available. So check on those. Thank you, Warby Parker. But yeah, I'm definitely going to get Disney Plus. I was going to get it for The Simpsons. First
Oh,
and
right. That's
foremost,
true. Yeah.
Which they didn't announce anything at D23, but the EPs did talk about how like maybe they'll do a second movie now. Maybe they'll do some like character spin-off
We don't need a
series.
second movie.
I like the Simpsons movie.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Why is Arnold Schwarzenegger the? It doesn't make
I
any
don't know.
sense.
I don't
You already have that character. Why would you do that?
But
That
what
movie's
timeline
so
is it set
old.
in? When's the movie gonna take place?
Oh, the Simpsons movie?
yeah.
That's a great question. I mean, I feel like it would have to have
How are
nothing
they
to
gonna
do-
add it all up? That's tough. The EU really got out of hand.
It wasn't really like Disney Plus news, but there was the Star Wars
Mm-hmm.
trailer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just watched it this morning.
Watch that this
Yeah.
morning.
Yep.
It looks like more Star Wars.
That
yeah.
exists.
Star Wars.
More
Ray
Star
has
Wars.
2. Is she worthy to yield?
Is he
Wield
worthy?
2
She's
lightsaber though?
They're
Wheeling
red,
them
too.
Yeah, I
along.
think you can do it if you want.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't like Lost Jedi very much, so I have virtually no hype for this. I'm sure I'll still go see
I
it. but-
agree. I didn't like it.
I need to watch it again.
Like the cinematography was amazing.
A lot of
right?
it was super cool
Super
looking, but as
cool
soon as you think
looking.
about it, you're like, well,
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it didn't have too much. I watched
Phantom
it once.
Blight
Yeah,
happened.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it 3 times,
that's
so they still got a lot of my money. But every time I was like, I liked it less. I
like the less.
You
Yeah,
gotta
so
watch
I'm.
it.
Yeah. I mean, I always said that my opinion of the movie doesn't nearly matter as much that it was bad improv. Like if you're part of a trilogy and you and other filmmakers are all telling one story together, like
Then not. It's
It-
very strange.
the first movie sends in one direction and the other movie says none of that mattered. This is the new direction.
Yeah.
Which is just, I mean, that's just bad improv.
Yeah.
Like whether or not it's good or bad. So that was my biggest criticism of The Last Jedi. They had some really cool shit in it, and I like that it was trying to do things that defied Star Wars. But I was like, maybe Rian Johnson's the person you should have given
the first one.
Rogue One or something, like, or some sort of other movie, or better yet, the first one. Let him set the tone and the
Yeah.
direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely watching that trailer this morning, which was albeit really short. It was maybe 45 seconds of like actual new stuff because the
Yeah.
beginning just had all the like
Yeah.
Yeah.
homage stuff, but or not homage, but like stuff from the old features. But like, I didn't watch that and feel it was connected to The Force Awakens. Like,
Yeah.
I don't feel like I've been on a big journey with these characters.
No,
You basically
over these
have
three
this
movies.
issue where, because of what happened in The Last Jedi, there are no stakes. So you're not going into this movie with anything in mind. There isn't
Yeah.
like a
big
I can't wait
baddie.
to see what
Yeah.
happens with this payoff
I mean,
because there's just nothing.
The
Yeah.
Emperor's coming, right? Emperor Palpatine
Sure.
is coming.
Which-
Maybe.
which-
But we don't know what that means.
It
or-
doesn't.
doesn't that entire? I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe Kathleen Kennedy has it all figured out. Maybe it's going to totally pay off.
Yeah.
But it just feels like by introducing Palpatine, it means that you are admitting that, oh shit, we killed off our bad guy.
Yeah.
We completely blew our load way too soon. So we just need to find an old bad guy from
Why
before
did you kill
and then
Snoke?
throw it
So
in there
weird.
because I mean it's a cool. I'll say this:
It was a
it's
cool
a
death.
cool thing
It was
to
cool.
do in the middle of a trilogy.
Yeah.
If you have a plan.
Divert expectations.
And if they said to Ryan Johnson, we want you to do the last two, then I'm sure it would have probably been really cool because you'd be like, he would have killed off Snoke, but then he would have had some other plan for what was to come afterwards that was even greater. And you're like, oh, that was a pawn compared to this. But going into this last one, I'm like, yeah, I don't know what they're fighting for.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Elise when like I don't feel connected to any of these characters like at all. I feel like maybe it's only been 2 movies really that we sort of know these characters.
I loved
so.
Luke from like halfway through.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like that's why I'm like I don't really know why I don't feel that way.
Well, even like Finn, like John Boyega, who I thought they were setting him up to be like this great character in these. I'm like, I don't really know what his motivation is at this point or what he really wants.
Or like Phasma. Like I read a book about Phasma because I was just like I was so interested about her character because she came in and I was like, who is this? Like I want to know more about her, right? So I read a full book and it's interesting, right? Like her backstory and everything, and like they killed her off. So I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean
What
it's
the
the Boba
hell?
Fett effect, which worked, but
Yeah.
it's just that's part of it is you have no one that you're invested in.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
nobody that
It's like,
the
oh.
only mystery that's kind of there is who Rey's parents are, but then they still tried to get rid of that in The Last Jedi anyway.
They yeah.
So I'm
Yes.
like, I don't know.
Yes.
But it's people are writing articles again saying like,
She's a clone or
no,
some
it's something
shit.
else. There's other things going
A
on.
clone.
So like,
I
So
kind of
That's
hope she's a
wild.
clone. That's the theory
that
that
would
I.
be,
she's
that
a
would
clone
be
of Luke.
interesting.
That's the one I want.
Oh
but I
wow,
don't
that
think
would that would be interesting.
it's weird. I think that's why I'll go see it obviously.
Same.
But it just
Yeah,
feels like
100%.
I'm gonna go see it because I want to see them fighting on that boat or whatever, like
yeah,
doing
that-
like lightsaber fighting.
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
All the Star
know.
Destroyers in space was probably the part of that trailer that got me the most. They all looked parked, all the lights were off, and I know like they had like 250,000 of them, 25,000 of them. I don't know how many they have. And I'm like, where did those come from? What is that? That's like
does
the
that
one part that I was like,
mean? Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like the 2 red lightsaber thing that is very inefficient, but I imagine that's just a flashback or something. I don't know.
It looks
It's
cool.
it's-
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll look visually stunning. The last one did.
Absolutely. Yeah. the
Even when
last
things
one
didn't
did,
make
yeah.
sense, I was like, no, look
Well,
good, and I liked it.
it
Yeah, like
Yeah.
and there's the implication that she turns to the dark side.
Yeah.
That was a whole thing. Yeah,
But-
that's a whole thing where she's like, is she even good?
I don't see
Do
Disney
you
doing
think she
that.
could die?
Yeah. And,
Yeah, she
you
could
know,
die. Yeah.
Whatever.
I think she might.
It's
That
weird.
seems more likely than Dark
Because
Side.
I feel like we all think he's gonna die.
Like, oh yeah,
Kylo?
Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
Because I
but
don't
she
think
might.
that you can redeem Kylo because he is Space Hitler. I think they're gonna have a tough time being like, actually, he's good. I'm like,
Yeah. I don't know.
he's
Yeah.
a monster.
Yeah, he is. He really fucked up the other
Mhm.
movies.
He's the,
Wears
he's
his
the
pants
ultimate
so
villain
high,
right
too.
now.
yeah.
Way too high. Yeah.
Maybe they both die.
Just like
So
Hitler.
the whole motivation of these movies is like finding the balance in the Force, right?
Mhm.
Because it was like, oh, the true balance was never found.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them is gonna. I think one of them's gonna find it. One of
Mhm.
them's gonna find whatever this like.
Yeah.
Whether it's destroying the Force. I mean, I don't think you can destroy the Force. You can maybe just mutate it, but. Yeah, I that's the thing. I have no idea.
Yeah.
The only thing that I think could really salvage it for me is introducing Jack Sparrow into
Oh, absolutely.
Star Wars. Like, could you imagine if there's a scene, Rey and Kylo are spaceships crashing, they
Yeah,
crash
yeah,
land
yeah.
on a deserted planet.
Uh-huh.
They're like, oh no, we're both trapped here.
Absolutely.
Jack Sparrow
Jack
comes
Sparrow
over
comes
with
in
rum.
drunk, yeah.
Comes in with rum.
Drunk.
And then he's like, I have a way out of here.
Yeah.
and then now Jack Sparrow's
sea
on it
turtles.
with them.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I think that'd be cool.
Why not?
Kingdom Hearts 4.
Oh, that comes up at the end of
Yeah,
the title.
You
why
walk
it's on the
away.
Yeah, they walk through the beach with the music on.
I don't know. It's weird. It's gonna be. I mean, I'm hyped for it. I'm really happy for lightsaber manufacturers
Yep.
because it did seem like there was a lull in that business for like like the original trilogy period.
Yeah,
Yeah.
devastating.
Because you get all kinds of cool lightsabers in the prequels,
Mhm.
straight up boring ones in the original
Yeah.
trilogy, and now we're back in it, and we're like, oh, all kinds of wacky
Where's the
sabers
Mace
again.
Windu saber? We ain't getting no Mace
Yeah, no
Windu saber?
purples.
That's so funny that we actually think about like the lightsaber manufacturers. Hey,
It's clear
Hey,
there's some innovation
though.
happening.
Star Wars
Yeah.
basically reinvented the toy industry. Like
that's true.
it's wild.
Yeah.
So that's what they think about. That's
Yeah.
why like, well, Phasma has to exist because that motherfucker gonna sell toys. That's it's a crime store.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Disney,
Hell
I think
yeah.
Disney's stock is so reliant
Uh-huh.
on
Phasma.
this launch. No, this
That's
on
not
Disney
on merch.
Plus. Disney Plus launching in November,
Mhm.
but now I'm thinking maybe the lightsabers. I thought it was Disney Plus. I was gonna
Nope.
swing it, but
Still
no.
lightsabers, yeah.
Not to take it from cool, fun, whatever talk, but I do think there's a conversation about the business side of it, because if there's a bubble, I'm pretty certain, and I think everyone here is probably pretty certain that there's a VOD bubble coming, where
VOD,
it was
okay.
just Netflix,
Yeah.
and then kind of it was Netflix and Hulu, but even
Mhm.
those are two very different things. But now is like
Amazon,
everyone's
HBO,
doing Amazon,
Rooster
HBO,
Teeth.
Rooster Teeth,
Mhm.
like Crunchyroll, and basically like I think there's Disney Plus, and then basically every single major network is at least trying to develop their own VOD too. And it's
Yeah.
like it used to be it was a cool alternative to paying $50 a month for cable
That's
and a bunch of stuff
yeah.
that you could just pay $10 a month or whatever for Netflix,
Yeah.
and you get way more that you can actually choose from. But when it's Netflix plus Disney Plus plus Hulu, and now you're paying $65 a month for everything again, I
Mhm.
think people are gonna react and be like, wait a minute, and the bubble's
Yeah.
gonna pop.
I had the same conversation with my friend because I'm just
Yeah.
like, listen, the reason for Netflix was you don't need to pay for cable anymore, right?
Mhm.
So you're paying like $10 a month and you get all this content, right? And now that every streaming service, every production company basically is like, hey, we're gonna do our own streaming service,
Mhm.
yeah. And it's like now Netflix are like they're gonna take out the shows from Netflix,
Yep.
and they're just gonna put them on their own, and it's like, what the hell,
You're
like
buying
Yeah.
channels
we're
now.
gonna be paying more. We're gonna be paying more for like TV content.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like.
At least TV's really good right now.
Yeah.
So it's not
ad-free,
like
mostly.
you know.
Do you think more services like Verve will show up, where that tries to collate a bunch of those different
Probably.
I
services?
feel
Yes.
eventually they
Yes,
will. They'll
but-
have to.
But why? Like, I think something like Verve only exists because they're a conduit. They're using their technology because they've already figured it out before these other big companies can. I think once all those other companies have figured out a solid streaming platform that works with an app and Chromecast and all those things, Apple TV support, like, then I go, well, we don't need Verve anymore. We've reverse engineered whatever you could offer us.
Or Amazon just buys them all.
Or
And
Amazon
there you
buys them
go.
all.
Done.
Yeah,
Problem solved.
I don't know.
Problem
Who owns
solved.
Netflix?
Netflix
Just
owns
Netflix?
Netflix. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
privately owned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if it does feel like you're buying TV channels.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now-
it sucks. Like I had to get Hulu because I was like, I love It's Always Sunny,
Mhm.
and it's on Hulu now.
Oh,
It's
is it?
not on Netflix anymore, and I'm like, God damn
But I
it!
think it might end up on Disney Plus.
But that's
because
also
it's FX.
like
That's true.
maybe I have
I
no
mean,
idea.
For shows like that, I think the solution is probably that you buy the box set. As
Yeah, just
weird as
buy
that
the box-
sounds.
No,
Yeah.
no, I agree.
And like
Like, that's
use
the,
DVDs and then
Yeah.
get stream services.
You
for the
regress.
memes.
I literally have Hulu just because I have Spotify and with like I still use my student account.
Mm-hmm.
And like you can get Hulu and Spotify if you
It's the same
Oh,
thing.
yeah?
Mm.
You're student
So I
of
was
the
like-
world. We're all learning.
We're all
right?
learning.
Still valid. Still
yeah,
valid.
it's still valid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have my student email. So it's valid.
I think we figured out that as long as Disney doesn't find out about our student accounts,
Mhm.
Yeah.
we're
fine.
made in the shade
Yeah.
for Disney Plus.
I mean, in terms of announcing a VOD platform goes,
it's great.
it's pretty good.
It's
Like they
solid.
did a pretty good job. They're clearly
Yeah.
planning to support it, and
There's more than I want.
there
to be
were,
honest.
at no point did they even bother listing the back catalog of just shit that Disney owns and has made anyway that they can throw up
Yeah.
there that you can watch whenever you want to that maybe you couldn't, like Lion King 1.5 or whatever, the one with
Yeah.
Scar's kid.
Well, that's it for this week on Dude Soup. Thank you guys for being here.
Thanks.
Fiona
Yeah.
for stopping in.
Thanks
If
for
anyone would
having
like
me.
to give me their login for Disney Plus so I can just watch The Mandalorian and then
Yeah.
not watch it again, I
And,
would
and
I
appreciate
for one,
that.
and I for one welcome the Disney overlords.
Okay.
I welcome it.
You don't
All
have a
right.
choice.
I don't have a
Yeah,
choice,
I was gonna
but
say.
I
Past that
welcome
point.
it.
They will
They're
smile
I'm
fucking
upon
taking
you.
it all in. All
Um,
10 inches.
We didn't get to the Lizzie McGuire stuff,
Oh,
but Adam
no.
will get to that next week.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I
this-
loved those movies.
Oh yeah, those are great.
There's some fun stuff coming to the channel this week. Some new games coming out. But among those, there's also Welcome to the Game Part 2 and Indiana
Wait,
Jones Part
Welcome
5.
to the Game 2 Part 2.
Yes,
Right?
and it's also
Oh,
not
right.
technically a part 2 because we failed and then just played it again.
Part 1
Oh.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part 1.2.
Remember when they released the X-Men movies as like 1.5 because they put the deleted scenes
Oh,
back
yeah.
in?
Uh-huh.
That's what this is.
Welcome to the
Oh.
game.
Except it's all new.
2.1.2.
Let's
This is
have
the
phones
amazing
now.
Spider-Man of Welcome to the Game 2.
Wow. What a comparison.
The next time we play it, it's going to be the
We might get
Homecoming.
slightly
I was
further.
going to say.
Well, thank you to you guys. Thank you to our sponsors, and thank you for watching at home. Thanks, Omar.
And thanks to
got it.
Omar. Bye.
No one functions the way that you think.
Even when things go right, there's always an email saying, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
You're like, but we did it right. Like, doesn't matter. Right? Like, this happens at every company.
Yeah, if
Things are a lot
something
hotter than you
If
think.
something has gone right, it has probably accidentally skipped the step in the approval process.
It pissed somebody off.
There's one less cook in the kitchen.